Hi, Lo, and welcome to
Lost in Africa.
I've been goofing off for the past 7 years. But due to the pandemic, I've returned to my ancestral home and sat down to finally do some editing. In this episode, our Rendille friend Robert, who I like to call Roberto, invited Hosea and I to his village in northern Kenya to attend a naming ceremony for Rendille warriors moving on in the circle of life. Like ceremonies around the world, there was a lot of food, and in the arid north of Kenya, this means meat. Lots and lots of meat. There was also dancing, with singing, and other interesting aspects of village life, as well as town life, as we got to attend a modern/traditional Rendille wedding. So, grab a backpack, a bottle of water, a couple 2-tree sandwiches, and your walking shoes, and let's get lost in Africa. Ouch. Ouch. You're the best. I'm a city boy, but when I'm in the village, I like to get up early in the morning because I like to see the village coming to life. The ladies coming out to milk the cows, and the goats, and the men coming out to milk the camels when they're available. And just people moving around, and the colors of the morning, because usually in the north of Kenya in the morning, the sun is shining. There's not many cloudy days. So you see that beautiful light on their skin and on the animals and on the trees. It's really beautiful. Breakfast time. Hosea first thing in the morning. Well, not first thing, but after doing whatever as we do. I said earlier about the naming ceremony. Like ceremonies all over, there was a lot of eating and a lot of meat. And of course, they can't go to the supermarket, so that means slaughtering a lot of animals. And I interviewed my friend Robert. He's going to talk about the naming ceremony.
It's like a marking of generation, because our ancestors marking of our age groups, and if somebody wants to marry, you are now just makes you to marry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your ancestors
You are now
used to do this,
a
so you're
man,
just
a
carrying
full
on the
man.
tradition?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are just a full man now. You can marry, but many have just married, but they'll do something like a fine. They put them as a fine. Like now, the man you have seen is taking that to his mother-in-law or his father-in-law, that God,
Okay.
to make that like a fine.
Okay.
Mm.
For marrying before
For
he went
marrying
to the naming
before
ceremony.
naming ceremony.
And how often do these naming ceremonies happen?
Still, this age group could continue up to 12 years.
Okay.
And then we start another new generation. The other
So
age.
So from now, from this year, 2013,
Yeah.
it's possible that the next naming ceremony here for this village won't be until 2025.
Yeah,
12 years.
12 years. After
Wow.
12 years.
Oh, when you did your naming ceremony, do you remember it?
Yes.
So what did you guys do for your naming ceremony?
Because we are many,
How many were you?
we are about 650. 680.
Okay.
But we killed a lot of animals. We killed about not goats. Goats is about 100. And camels were 68. Cattle 48.
Okay.
It's a lot. But our age group, Ulmole, many have just done bidding of the girls. Now you must be, that time if you have bid with the girl, you have to kill the big animal. You have to give your mother-in-law a big share of a meat that you see that you are a man, a real man, that you can feed your wife now. Yeah.
When you say beaded, that means engaged.
Engage, yeah, it's the same as engaging, but you have to buy many beads for the girl
Okay.
to beat them, to beat the girl. beating.
I didn't see any girls in the village these past 2 days that had a lot of beads on. So there's no girls in this village that are beaded right now?
No. The ones who have just beaded the girls already married.
Okay.
They have just, because they have just tried to leave about this beading of girls, but they are allowed to tell them that beading the girl, you have to marry first and then you continue the life.
So it seems to me that the majority of the ceremony is actually,
Yeah.
if you want to say, sacrificing animals and then sharing the meat out, isn't it?
Sharing the meat together. And
But I noticed that the meat, the animals that are killed, it's the mothers of the boys that get the most of the meat, isn't it? Because it didn't seem like there was much meat for the men.
men,
Did you notice that?
because they know that men are coming even to the village to eat the same with the mama.
Oh, okay.
The head now.
Okay.
The head, that's why they are just given a piece they share with even those who are coming from outside. Because we have so many visitors who are coming from different villages who are not doing this naming ceremony.
So each family, it looks like each family has to kill at least one goat a day?
If you have one son, you have to kill 4. No, you have to kill 2.
Okay.
If you have one son.
Okay.
If you have 4 sons, you have to kill 8.
But you said in your generation you killed camels and cows.
Yeah.
So is there anybody in this naming ceremony that killed a camel or a cow, or has it all just been goats?
We have two. Even my brother-in-law have just killed the cow.
A cow.
And one.
Was that this morning?
No, yes, the first day.
Okay, because I didn't see. All I saw today were goats.
First day.
Okay.
Around they've just killed about 2 cows. 7 cows.
Okay, so not many. No camels?
No camel. 1 camel.
Okay.
1 camel.
So yeah, as I said, to me, most of this ceremony is about killing animals.
Yeah, killing animals and dancing. Our generation was dancing even when we come from in the morning, then going faster to we dance here. Even in the night we dance. Even with girls dancing all the day, because you have just beaded. They want all the girls are coming to the. We have a small place usually where us dance. Okay. And all girls are coming there to dance with the warriors all the day, even now, all the day up to the night. Yeah. But I see this generation is a little bit they're weak. They're weak. Because even this generation, I see that there are many things are changing. Even in the tree, many people are coming here. Like even wazes, they get a lot of meat. But I see today, meat is little, not as many as our generation was. Okay. In our generation, nobody was supposed to marry before. Okay. You are not supposed to marry. But
so in your generation, was there anyone, you said supposed to, but was there anyone in your generation that was married?
Only one person, because his father was killed and he was single. He was one son and he was blessed by wazes, and they say that let him marry because he's one and his family is dead. His mother is dead, his father is dead. They say that better he marries to get children than this family end this like this. Okay. You have to have children before
you die. You said there were 680 of you, so not only one out of that 680 was married.
Only one.
But out of this how many do you think are in this generation?
I think 400. I think half of them, 200 are already married. This is head. This meat is for women, but this part is for women. But this one only the what do you call it? The ear is for men. Okay. Usually gives for the men.
The ear is for the men.
For the men. And then all others, like the neck, it's for women. They prepare for some dry fried meat for themselves to use them.
Okay.
after the
So her son is part of the naming ceremony.
yeah.
And he killed a goat.
A goat, no, 2 goats now,
He killed a goat yesterday. He killed a goat today.
today.
And so she's taking the meat off the bones, and it's for the women to eat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And what happens to the skins of all the animals that are slaughtered? They prepare them for leather. See that knife? See what great work I'm doing? Okay, my arm is tired. Robert had mentioned earlier that if a warrior marries before the naming ceremony, he has to pay a fine. And this young man did marry before the ceremony, and he has to take a sheep to his in-laws, and he's preparing the sheep right now. And then there were many people that wanted to go to the in-laws' house, and I thought it would take up too much space for me and Hosea to go together with all these people. So I told Hosea just take them. How many people can we get in the car? Let's see. Looks like Robert's going to guide them. Back in the day when Hosea and I used to travel, some days it'd be really hot or dusty or frustrating or whatever. And the way to calm ourselves is we'd try to find a town and get a cold Coke, and then we'd be much better. On this day, we decided to go to Laisamis to get a cold Coke. And when we were there, I don't really know how it happened, but we ran into somebody that said, "Hey, we want you to be in our wedding convoy." So we joined up with them and ended up going to a wedding. It was a modern / traditional wedding in Laisamis town. So let's have a look at that. It looks like we're going to be part of a wedding party. They're decorating my car. We just pulled in. So, and that's the father of the groom right there with the hat on.
Yes.
The groom and his best man. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
It's my phone.
The wedding is over. Thank Google, because it was really hot in that church. And now it's time to party. And this guy really knows how to party. And he even has his dancing partner right there with him. So let's enjoy his moves. And now it's time for the wedding party to show us their moves. We were very thankful to have been invited to that wedding. It was a great experience, and we wished the couple the best of luck. When we got back to the village, we found they were in a dancing mood. So let's enjoy some Rendille dancing. This was the final evening for these young gentlemen to dance as warriors, so I hope they had a good time. As the sun rose the next morning, we were outside the compound made just for warriors, as they were preparing for the final day of the naming ceremony. By the end of this day, these warriors will be considered men, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that go along with that status. So of course, they want to look fantastic for their loved ones. So, out come the mirrors. Fix their faces and their hair so that they could look great for the big day and the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. Although these young men are now elders, they've still been given some time for more festivities. Too bad you weren't there with Jose and I, as the singing and dancing is much more powerful in person. Maybe next time? 2025?
Hai, ito na napi. Abang na na. Dia jana kan lagi marah-marah. Wow, kene ba? Ya. Ana join ada.
The naming ceremony was good because we found many goats were being killed. I mean, so many people were getting me. They killed so many animals,
Okay.
and they got a lot of meat. I mean,
Okay.
as you know, this place is very dry. They can't get vegetables, so it was good for them. Even the boys came, so many of them. I haven't seen such many boys coming.
You mean the Morans, the warriors?
Morans, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So it was very interesting to me. Well, it was good that we came because we saw many things, like killing, preparing the skins, because they say.
What about the wedding that we saw in the church? What about that?
Even the wedding was so nice.
What was so nice
Because
about it?
we found some people were wearing traditional. They were using old clothes, old fashion and new fashion. So it was very interesting. Until next time, Kevin and I will be lost in Africa.
Special thanks to Robert Okole for inviting us to the ceremony, for translating, for explaining things, there were too many things to mention. You're the best, Roberto.